Testimonials are a tried and true method of advertising, but the latest commercials from auto insurer Geico take the testimonial and give it a twist that people can't stop talking about.
Paula Sala is a real Geico customer, not an actor. So to help tell her story, we hired that announcer guy from the movies.
When the storm hit, both our cars were totally underwater.
In a world where both of our cars were totally underwater,
We thought it would take forever to get some help.
but a new wind was about to blow.
With Geico, we had our check in 2 days.
Payback. This time, it's for real.
Geico. Real service, real savings.
And now, here to tell us more about these heart-stopping, earth-shattering television commercials from the world of advertising, the one and only Barbara Lippert.
Yeah, very nice.
Thanks, Dawn. I wish I could carry him around with me. Introduce me everywhere.
To emphasize everything you say. First, let me say, Don LaFontaine and I have known each other for a number of years. We did a story, you knew, because you are, how many movie trailers have you done over the years?
Close to 5,000.
5,000 movie trailers. Yeah. Also the voice of CBS, NBC, Fox, and on and on and on and on. Yeah. What was your reaction when they came to you and they said, let's do this commercial?
I was flabbergasted. Why am I still wearing these? I was amazed, but after the reaction to those spots, nothing much amazes me anymore.
Yeah, really. Because everybody is now they know what you look like.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not such a good thing. Barbara Lippert, why are these ads so effective?
Well, it's what Hannah mentioned before, that the testimony is usually so deadly dull. If it's the words of the consumer, it's deadly dull. If it's the words of a celebrity, you think, well, he's getting paid. He doesn't really believe it. So this marriage of the two is so hilarious because they actually have to use the actual words of the consumer for legal reasons. And then if you had a major celebrity interpreting what you said in an entertaining way, you know, wherever you went in the world, you'd be much more successful.
There you go. Well, one of my favorites is the Burt Bacharach one, which I think is
too.
Scream out loud funny. Let's take a look at this.
Brenda Coates is a real Geico customer, not a paid celebrity. So to help tell her story, we hired Mr. Burt Bacharach.
Last year, I was rear-ended by a Geico customer.
I was hit in the rear.
First thought in my mind was about that funny lizard.
Lizard licks his eyeball.
I was so impressed with how they handled my claim, I switched.
I hope I'll never get hit in the rear again.
Geico. Real service, real savings.
He is deeply interpreting that, very deeply. And the guy at the Martin agency who wrote it told me that he did a little thing over the phone with the lyrics. And he said, I like this. I don't know if I want to give it to you. You know, the music that he wrote. I
think we can't really take our eyes off of these. And when they come up, most ads, once we've seen them once or twice, it's an absolute tune-out. But I'm so happy to watch them over and over again. What is it about that?
And Little Richard. Well, the other thing about Geico is they have all these mini campaigns. So if you don't like these, you'll like the caveman or you'll like the gecko. So they keep refreshing it so you never get sick of it. And they have a huge advertising budget because Warren Buffett bought the company in 1996. It was this obscure little place for government employees who had good driving records.
And nobody knew what it meant, what Geico meant.
And so they invented the gecko because no one could pronounce Geico.
And so here's in a fake Larry King set.
Oh yeah, the shoulders, the sloping shoulders of Larry King. And apparently they did the gecko just once, so people would not confuse it. And then there was an actor strike that year in 1999. So they did hundreds of gecko commercials, and he became the most loved advertising icon next to Juan Valdez.
Unbelievable. And there's the one where he takes his tongue out and licks his eyeball. Every time I laugh out loud. I know what's wrong with me.
And who knew Burt Bacharach would make such a delicious lyric?
We should also can we show the Little Richard one again? Because when he says mashed potatoes, I just completely fall out.
Geico customer, not a paid celebrity. So to help tell her story, we hired a celebrity.
It was Thanksgiving night when I accidentally hit a deer.
Whoa, look out, look out!
I called Geico expecting to get a recording, but someone was there to help me.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Geico got my claim in the works right away, and I was actually able to enjoy my Thanksgiving.
Mashed potatoes, gravy, and cranberry sauce.
Geico, real service.
I said to the guy, how do you get these people to be so deadpan? You know, and he said they're not deadpan; they're terrified.
I would be too. Barbara, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
We, helping put money in Geico's pocket this morning. And Don, thank you too for being with us this morning. Why don't you tease the next segment because you're better at it than we are.
Up next. On Health Watch, dramatic questions about the safety of the nation's drug supply, starring Dr. Emily Sine. And later, a talking dog. You've got to hear it to believe it. You're watching The Early Show on CBS.